Hey guys, welcome to Andrew's Things. Here's a behind the scenes to my little animation titled Morning Song. For this video I used Procreate to draw the key poses, rough Animator to do the bulk of my animation, and I finished the rest in After Effects. I started making this piece about the lockdown in May when I was seeing a lot of great stuff from other artists on Instagram, and I really wanted to jump on the bandwagon. The music was created on Songmaker, which is a part of the Chrome experiments. There's a lot of fun stuff here to check out. I think the Songmaker was made for kids, but I had a blast playing around. Here's what the morning song looks like. I traced my drawings in Procreate, and I also added some plants, since indoor plants are super in now. I was super rough since I knew these were just guides for the rough pass. I took those references into rough Animator and I animated between two key poses. By doing this I was able to get the idea of the general timing and the animation style of the piece. In this case, short anticipations with noodly arms that do lots of overshooting. Then it was a matter of trial and error to get the animation smooth. I had trouble getting the timing right for the first pose, so I recorded myself doing these poses and time remapped it as extra reference. You can see where I followed and deviated from myself. I dropped the roughs into After Effects and I just started tracing the lines with shape layers. The first issue I ran into was the overlapping arms. For example, the right arm is on top of the left arm here, but not here. So I learned that you can copy with property links by using Control+Alt+C, which allow me to copy layers and splice them on top when required. This way it still gives me the ability to change and update the keyframes from a single source. You can also copy specific attributes or the whole layer itself. Another tip for making these kind of animations is to label the colors of your layers accordingly. For example, if I wanted to switch my shadows off, which are colored purple, I'd be able to select the label group and toggle them all at once. I got really lazy with this animation, so I just colored everything in grayscale and I put a CC toner on an adjustment layer to map the colors. There's a turbulent displace I use for the boil, which just has a couple of hold keyframes and a loop out expressions to make a loop. There are some big shakes from the shot, which aren't wiggles, they're just a couple of position and rotation keyframes on the background, which everything else is parented to. So the mistakes. Whenever there's a big movement from the character, the backgrounds shake, bushes follow with a tiny delay. I must have forgotten about the bushes on the second shake, so they don't do it. The second mistake is over here, where I didn't pay attention to the values that I've input. It gives me a super bright highlight on the head for 2 frames, instead of the shadows that I wanted. Something I'm proud of is the hair. Without going into too much detail, the hair strands have orientation constraints with a value at time expression added. So they inherit the rotational values from the head with an automatic delay. Then there's a lot of extra movement added by keyframing the paths. Another thing is the fun rigging for the plants. The handles are created by using the bones function on the path with Duik. Is it Duik? D-U-I-K? The one on the left uses a trim path for the cob looking bits and has a smooth zigzag for the stem. The one on the right is exactly the same, but with values really close on the start and ends, which allows me to slide them along the stem using the offset. All in all, it took over the course of 4 weeks to finish, as I'd only work on it when I felt like it. Hopefully there's some useful info for you, so feel free to ask any questions about my workflow. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys next time.